What are the duties associated with the trustee of a special needs trust? Attorney Michael Camporeale explains that. For any trust, regardless of whether it is a special needs trust or a trust set up for a person who does not necessarily have disabilities, a trustee is a person that has a very important role. The person that is chosen has to be someone that is trusted and that will fulfill their duties to the person that is going to be benefiting from the trust. However, a person that is a trustee for a supplemental needs trust or a special needs trust, their role is a little different. It is actually a little more involved because certain expenditures can or cannot be made by a trustee if they are concerned about continuing a person's disability payments from the government. For example, those trust assets that are placed into the supplemental needs trust could pretty much be used for anything for an individual who has disabilities and wishes to continue getting their full disability or at least partial payments from the government, depending on the type of disability payments they are receiving. So that is a little bit different for a trustee on a supplemental needs trust, whereas there is language in the trust, if drafted properly, that allows for a trustee to still make payments on those two items at their discretion if they choose to, even at the expense of making the person lose or lessen their disability payments if the trustee felt it to be in the best interest of the disabled person. The funds in the trust could be used by the disabled person for pretty much everything else, except for those very two limited items. Even then, the funds could still be used, but generally speaking, the funds held in the special needs trust should not be used to make rent payments or pay for food for that disabled person. The theory behind that is the person's income, or disability income that they are receiving from the government, should be used to pay for those expenditures and not funds that are in a supplemental needs trust, whereas everything else should be or could be used to be paid for by the funds that are in the supplemental needs trust. The state of New York allows healthcare proxy to appoint someone you trust, like a family member or close friend, to make healthcare decisions for you in case you lose ability. Same is the case with a special needs attorney. The special needs attorney and lawyer understand the needs of their client, and they also know that the person will need elder care once they grow old. That is when you need to contact our estate planning lawyers and elder law lawyers for legal assistance. For a free phone consultation, contact the law offices of Michael Camporeale in New York at 718-475-9639 or visit www.mcamporealelaw.com. We have been helping clients for more than a decade.